ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಬೆಳಗಿನ ಶುಭೋದಯಗಳು. ಆನ್ಲೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿರುವಂತಹ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ SSLC ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ವಿಷಯ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರಿಗೆ ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ, ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕ್ರೈಸಿಂದ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ರೋ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಪ್ರಯುಕ್ತ ನಮ್ಮ ಕ್ರೈಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿಷಯ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರನ್ನ ವಸತಿಯುತ 3 ದಿನ ಒಂದು ಓರಿಯೆಂಟೇಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿ ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದಂತಹ ಹಲವಾರು ಮಾಹಿತಿಗಳನ್ನು, ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಓಪನ್ ಬುಕ್ ಹೌಸ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಕ್ವಿಜ್ಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಿರೋ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಹಿತಿನ ಕ್ರೋಢೀಕರಿಸಿ ನಿನ್ನೆ ನಾವು ಸುತ್ತೋಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಶಾಲೆಗಳಿಗೂ ತಲುಪಿಸಿದ್ವಿ. ಈ ಕುರಿತು ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ವಿಷಯ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಿಸಿದಂತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕ್ರೈಸ್ MRPಗಳಿಂದ ಕೆಲವು ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮುಗಿದಿದೆ. ಇಂದು ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ವಿಷಯ. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಕೋರ್ತಾ, ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ MRPಗಳಾದಂತಹ ಸಂತೋಷ್ ಟಿ ಪ್ರಾಂಶುಪಾಲರು, ರಾಜೇಶ್ ವೈ ವಿಷಯ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರು ಹಾಗೂ ಜುವೇರಿಯಾ ಹರಿಕರ್ ಅವರು ವಿಷಯ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರು, ಅಂದರೆ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಭಾಷಾ MRPಗಳು, ಹಾಗೇನೆ ಯಾಸಿನ್ ಶರೀಫ್ KS ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಭಾಷಾ MRP ಅವರಿಗೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸೆಷನ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನ ಕೋರ್ತಾ, ಈ ಒಂದು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸಂತೋಷ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ವೇದಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಕೊಡಲಾಗ್ತಿದೆ. ಅವರು ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡಿ ನಂತರ ವಿಷಯ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರು ವಿವರವಾಗಿ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನು ತಮಗೆ ಒದಗಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Thank you, madam. So good morning to all my English Christ family. So today we have a session about 1.5 hours to enlighten ourselves regarding the question paper pattern and about what kind of questions we may get in the upcoming annual examinations. I hope you are all aware of the model question papers released by the KSEAB and you have gone through them. And many of you are thinking that we can stick on to that model papers. And you might have seen a bit change when you compared to the last year's annual examination question paper, the 3 question papers that what we got in the previous year. There is slight changes. The thing which we have decided that, so this prose or this poem or this grammar part might come for 1 mark, 2 mark, 3 marks. So what we have decided in the previous years, that is not followed in the model question papers that are released by the KSEAB this year. Okay, so few things I want to make it clarify, that we will not get any blueprint from the KSEAB since 7 to 8 years we did not get them. So how we are going to make a plan to prepare our students for the examination? So we take the model question papers released by the board and we make our own plan, our own blueprint, right? And we allot the marks for the difficult level, easy level, average level, and of course to the different content too, right? So when it comes to the question paper, so now we are getting the competency based or the theme based allotment of the marks, right? So this is known to you. And if you think about the level of difficulty, so we have 30% of easy level, 50% of average, and 20% of difficulty level, which means easy level carries 24 marks, whereas average level carries 40 marks, and the difficult level carries only 16 marks. So if you look at it, one cannot feel that it is so difficult to make a student pass in the English subject, because 24 marks easier questions will be given there, right? When it comes to cognitive level allotment of the marks, remembering carries 8% of the marks. That means 10% of the marks, which means 8 marks. The comprehension level carries 40%. That means 32 marks. Expression carries 45% of the total content, which means 36 marks. And appreciation carry 5%. That means 4 marks. So if you have a keen look at this, nearly 85% of the total question paper, that means nearly 68 marks are allotted for the comprehension and for the expression part. So you need to highlight over comprehension part as well as the expression based questions. So this is the one thing I want to make you clarify. And of course, you are familiar with the marks allotment to the prose section, poetry section, SR, and of course, grammar, vocabulary, comprehension, and composition. So 20 marks for the prose, 16 marks for the poetry, so 4 marks for the supplementary reading, and grammar and vocabulary carries 60 marks. The composition and comprehension carries again 24 marks, totally 80 marks. Okay. So as we attended a 3 days workshop at RICM Bangalore for the MRP's workshop, so Raj Gopal sir, who was an expert in preparing the question paper for the annual exam, and he was a question paper setter too. As he guided us, was that this year, so he clearly told this year, don't depend on the model papers because quite changes, as I mentioned already, quite changes are there, right? So don't keep 2 model papers. Okay, this lesson carry this much of mark, this lesson carry an extract, or so don't go like that. That's what he suggested us. Even I too suggest you take the model papers as a model. What kind of questions may appear? You just have to concentrate on the cognitive level through the model papers. Okay, so don't judge now itself that e-poem. So don't get that. Okay, and anyhow, we have that PPT of different allotment of the marks for the different cognitive level and so on. So anyhow, I will share it in the group also. And here we have 3 resource persons to highlight you regarding the question paper pattern and allotment of the marks and what kind of questions that we may get in the examination. So Mr. Rajshekhar, an English teacher from MDRS Bommankatte, and Mr. Yasin Sharif from Gauri Bidnoor, and we have Madam Zuveria Madam from Koppal district. So Yasin Sharif will take the prose and poetry section, and followed by Zuveria Madam, who highlights the grammar and vocabulary section, and followed by Mr. Rajshekhar, who highlights the composition and comprehension part. So wishing you all the best for the whole session. Hope this session, the 1.5 hour time, what we have got, so this will definitely make you to get your all doubts cleared and prepare your students for the upcoming annual examination. As we have 50 days of time, so leave the past thing what has gone, but this 50 days, if they are utilized correctly, if they are timely utilized, 50 days are enough to make our students get 50 marks in second language English. So hope so. Thanks for the opportunity, and I also congratulate all the 3 resource persons there who are going to enlighten you regarding this. So over to Yasin Sharif, sir. So you just begin with your part, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Santosh, sir.
Thanks.
Yes, good morning, a very good morning to everybody who are present on this online session. Today, we have assembled in order to discuss the pattern of question paper and how to deal with the average students, below average students, and those who are excelling students. So we are supposed to discuss many more matters because we are all sailing on the same boat. We know learning takes place every day. Children are depending upon teachers looking upon the question papers, how they will appear in the board examination. So as Santosh sir said, we cannot rely upon question paper. There is no definite pattern for the question paper is concerned. Because it is dynamic. As the world is dynamic, the process of asking question every day, every year, the question paper tend to be dynamic. They are changing and they are challenging. So it's a challenge for the teachers as well as the children as well. If we look into the question paper thoroughly, there are so many aspects where we need to concentrate. Already we have syllabus in our hand and pattern of question paper in our hand. We can see that in prose section we have the lesson number 1 like a hero. There is a girl by the tracks, gentleman of Rio and Medio, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the concert, the discovery, colors of silence, and science and hope of survival. If you take up this analysis of 2025 model question paper, as Santosh sir said, we cannot rely upon, even though if we have a bird view, what type of questions will appear. We can see in Prose section, there will be 4 questions of 2 marks. And that is long answer question again from Prose. 1 question will be there, that is for 3 marks. And long answer question for 2 marks, that is from extract. There will be 3 extracts, that is 3 into 3 equals 9. Totally from Prose section, we will be having 20 marks. So we should make it clear to the children that this type of pattern will appear in the examination. You should prepare for short answer 4 questions. Number of questions will be 4 and there will be 8 marks. Now we'll discuss how to deal with this Prose of 2 mark questions. How to answer short answer question for 2 marks. So because it will be handpicked from in between the lines. You cannot expect the same question will be asked in the examination. Because they will be handpicked from the in between the lines from any chapter they may pick up. So chapters are prescribed. Same chapters will be appearing. But same questions will not appear. Question may twist. Where our students fail usually when they see the twisted question, a changed dimension question, the children will fail to answer. They will just get confused. So for general tips for short answer questions, ask the children to maintain first good handwriting. Many of our children lack handwriting, even though they know the content, they want to present the content. Because of their handwriting, the evaluator may fail to read the content. So ask the children to write it neatly. Making simple sentences and punctuation. Children fail to follow punctuation marks. They start with a small letter. After full stop also, they'll start with a small letter. Many times they've failed to put comma, full stop. So punctuation is basic rules where our small pattern like mints, that will help. All of you know what is mints. What do you mean by mint? So making simple sentences helps a lot for the children. Answering the question according to its need. Children go on writing elaborately without knowing the demand of the question. So child should be made aware of what is asked and what to be written. Need not to write unnecessary elements in the question is concerned. And again, the child should be asked to constructing sentences without grammatical errors. See, many of the children fail to present grammatical grammatical errors. They commit regularly mistakes they will conduct. So we have to train them how to make grammatical simple sentences. Required content should be properly covered. Provide a concise and direct response. Instead of beating around the bush, ask the child to write concise, means short, because the question itself is 2 mark, where it may demand only 2 or 3 points or 2 or 3 keywords. The child may start from the beginning. For example, if the hero question, one question is asked for hero, from hero, lesson hero, the child may start from reading newspaper and end up the congratulations. No, what is exactly asked, that should be tackled, or that should be attacked from the question point of view is good. Typically within 2-3 lines, ask them to finish the answer. Focusing on the key points and relevant information. What is required, what is demanded, what is expected by the evaluator, the teacher has to train the children, because children, they get confused. As soon the question they say, congratulations for Shavadan Swami. The child will start from the beginning. He may start or she may start from the reading of newspaper. No, why congratulations are showered, or what is the marks demanded here, what is to be written there. That teacher has to train the child, then only the child can able to answer. So what type of questions we expect in a 2 mark question? Usually after analyzing the 2 model papers, we came to know there are 4 type of questions appearing: why, justify, how, and what. Why based question, just justify your answer. How and what type of questions will be appeared. For example, what attempts did Swami make to fulfill Anand's wish? So this is just a 2 mark question where the child is expected to write the attempts made by Smita in order to fulfill the wish of Anand. So if we take why type of question, why were technical experts summoned by the 3 superpowers? Here only 2 points are required. One is NTBT, and to ban to check the nuclear weapons, to ban on nuclear weapons. 2 points are required. The child, as many a times the question has been appeared, why were the technical experts summoned by 3 superpowers? The child should be made aware of this question, familiarize the question, and familiarize the question and made perfect what we answer to such type of questions. Some questions are commonly repeated many a times. The child don't know what to write. So if we just supply first keywords and make them to learn, and afterwards making them sentences, the same word, the child will be able to write the answer. The same question will be asked in various dimensions also. So the child should be made familiar with the question. It is the responsibility of the teacher to familiarize the question, because children usually get panicked because of questions, because they are not familiar. And we supply plenty of material to the children, but the children fail to read the questions because they don't have time. When the teacher familiarizes the question and give the similar type of answer, the child may go ahead. Then, how was Swami honored by his classmates, teachers, and headmaster? Ambedkar had a great thirst for books. Justify. So this is one type of question. So these are examples for short answer questions. Form of the short answer questions, few other questions like describe, elaborate, prove, explain, substantiate, and justify. How to answer short answer questions? So we have to train the children, comprehend the need of the question properly. Ask the child to read the question, comprehend it, what is being asked and what is demanded. Remember all the points concerned to the answer. For example, 2 more question demands 2 to 3 points, and answer the questions within 3 or 4 sentences. If it is depending upon the standard of the child. For example, way of answering the question: instruct the child, read and understand what exactly is being asked, underline the keywords once you complete the answer. Always look at the marks available for each question, get a good idea how much to write. Way of answering the question: read and understand what exactly is being asked, underline the keywords. This is for average student. In the before slide, we discussed for average student. Average student, that is above average, who can do very well. Read and understand, underline, look at the marks. For average student, read and understand, underline, look at the marks. One more point, guide them to write in points with at least 2 to 3 keywords. This is for average student. What about below average student? For below average student, 2 to 3 keywords with correct spellings. Answer in simple sentences. This must be trained to the child, because every child you cannot expect same answer from every child. So you make it simple to the child. Just you can write these 2 keywords with correct spellings, if possible, in sentences for below average students. Then, for example, why did Anant family come to Bombay? 2 keywords are there. Anant was suffering from cancer. Anant's parent came to Bombay for his treatment. Underline the 2 keywords with correct spellings with 2 basic sentences or simple sentences. This will fetch the marks and improve the confidence in the child for attempting the question also. But the child should be familiar with the type of questions. So keywords can be given for helping the students to retain the answers in the memory. Why did Anant and his parents come to Bombay? Anant suffering from cancer. They wanted to cure, high hopes in the miracles of modern science, and they came for treatment. Long answer questions type 1. This is how to answer long answer question. Before exam, the child should read the whole answer only to understand. Don't think of memorizing it in one go. Instruct the child, don't go for memorizing, but understand it. In exam, what the child is expected? Read the question properly. Jolt down the points, make it a mini plan, or organize your thoughts and ensure you cover all aspects of the question. Use clear and concise language. These tips should be given to the child, or else child will get confused. Ask the child to read the question, make a point, jolt down the points, organize the thoughts, and present it. Long answer question, for example, if we take up some questions from Colors of Silence, physical disability is no barrier to success. Do you substantiate this with a Satish Gujral case? So how the child should first understand the question, jolt on the points, organize it, and present it. The child can write very beautifully. If the child start without plan, without jolting the points, the sequence may change, the order may change, the meanings may change. So ask the child to write in sequence and jolt on the points first in a rough sheet or given at the end of the question paper, or to plan accordingly and present it in a beautiful manner. And you can see some dimensions of questions. How did Satish meet with an accident? Describe the effects of the accident. Describe how the bird in the garden changed the Satish's life. So many questions are there. Yes, so many types of questions will appear. The child should plan it and then present it. Example, physical disability is no barrier to success. How do you substantiate this with Satish Gujral's life? The child has to jolt on many points here, but if the child meticulously plan the answer and jot down the points and present in a sequential order, the answer will be successful, and it will attract the evaluator's attention also and get good marks. That is with a good, beautiful handwriting and sequential order. Long answer question type 1, way of answering the question. There are some tips. Generally every teacher will give. That is going to trip to Kashmir and accident of Satish, effects of accident, irregular to school, support given by father to him, Satish became popular. These are key points that can be elaborated by the child. Next comprehension type question, reading comprehension, that is extracts. Long answer question extracts. Read the extract line carefully. Usually our children fail to get 12 out of 12 marks in this extract section because they don't know from which line the line has been extract has been picked up, and who said this, to whom was it said, why is in what situation it was said. They fail because they are not familiar. They have not read the text. They don't care for the third question. They just answer from which lesson it has been taken, who said this, to whom it was said. When it comes to reasoning, third type of question, they fail. So identify the lesson from which the line is taken. First, give plenty of extract to the child so that they should categorize from which lesson which extract has been taken. Categorizing is very much important. If they able to categorize, then the next segment is they will identify the speaker and the listener and the situation also. First, categorizing is very much important. From every lesson, let them make a mini booklet or 3-4 leaflets from each lesson and extracts and who said this and to. In the next slide, we will discuss about that. Type of questions that appear in extracts: who said this, who asked this question, who is the speaker here, whom was this line said to, whom was this question asked to, why did the speaker say this line, why did the speaker ask this question, when did the speaker tell this line, when was this sentence said, in which lesson does this lesson appear, what was the response of the listener, what response did speaker get, what is the meaning of this word or phrase, who is me here, who is you here, what is expected here, what is the tone. Many types of question will appear. Only way to train the children is to making them familiarize with plenty of extracts, many types of extracts. That is to categorizing chapter wise, lesson wise, if possible situation wise, because the teacher only can help in this situation to the child. The child on his own fails to understand the extracts, picking up the extracts, speaker, everything. Just take up the content, read the extract and ask the children who said this. So familiarizing every day one lesson. If you just familiarize, within 3-4 days your extract lesson may get completed. Child will become familiar. 12 marks pakka the child will get, or else the child will lose marks where he is supposed to take the marks, get the marks very easily. So here we have a small plan how to categorize. Question number 1. Extracted line is, there are no limits to patience, sir. As soon the teacher reads this extract, the teacher should inform the child that I am going to discuss with the discovery chapter. There are no limits to patience, and prepare a chart on the blackboard. Who said this? This is who is the speaker? Diego. Whom it was said to? It was to Pedro. When was this said? When Pedro questioned about his patience. Why it was said? Because Pedro questioned about his patience. Which lesson? The discovery. Yes. This is how we have to categorize from all the lessons, 4 lessons extract, because 12 marks it will fetch to the student, and the teacher can do a great job or a big job in training the children. For example, please help me to take to a hospital. Who does me refer to? This is for above average student. Me refers to Baleshwar Mishra. Average student, how he will or she will answer? It is only Baleshwar Mishra. Below average, Baleshwar. No need to write Mishra also. So 3 types of answer we can expect depending upon the children's capability. But answer keyword should not be missed. What happened to her? Roma had fallen out of the moving train by the tracks and she was unconscious. Average student, Roma had fallen out of the moving train by the tracks. Average below average student, Roma had fallen out of the train by the tracks. Fallen out of the train by the tracks is expected answer. What was the result of seeking help? Motorist didn't help him. At last, a tempo truck driver helped him. Motorist didn't stop. The truck driver stopped or helped. Motorist didn't stop or truck driver helped. This type of answer can be expected. Train the child to write at least 1 or 2 keywords for such tricky questions, where child once identifies the lesson, he or she has to recall the content, the sequence, the situation, and write the answer accordingly. So if you take up from hero, key points can be given to the children so that they can memorize the complete summary of the lesson. As we can see, some points we have taken from hero. Some questions will be asked for 2 mark or 3 mark questions. Some questions like he even took an unexpected turn for Swami. How? Explain the argument between Swami and his father. So these situations has to be narrated to the children time to time. It is not like that we have narrated in the beginning of the month and we are expecting the child to write at the end of the month. No one will do this. I am just why I am presenting this point or stressing this point. It is the teacher who makes the subject easy to the children. Children are very much recipient. They will be ever ready to receive the content, but the way we train the children, the way we give the content to the children, it all depends upon the talent of the teacher, I can say, or determination of the teacher, I can say. So hero extracts, if we expect, how could a boy fight a tiger? You think you are wiser than the newspaper. Sometimes some extracts will be picked in such a manner that there will be no clue. One or the two words or one or the two keywords will give the hint from which lesson has been extract has been taken. So see to it that child should be familiar with almost all the extracts. Prepare a questionnaire and give the child and read them. At least first level, they should be familiar with the questions, type of questions. When the child understands the question, then only it could be able to write the answer. Then there is a girl by the tracks. Again, summary you can prepare and give the some most important points. Then we can go ahead with some questions like 3 mark questions and also extracts. When we come to a girl by the extracts, there are so many questions. For example, the most confusing and reading difficult extract what I came through with the children was Behenji aap theek hain. It was completely in Hindi. The child fumbles as soon it reads the question. Behenji aap theek hain. That is question number 7 I am referring to. And some other questions like question number 17, they fear getting trapped in the courts and the police cases. So child will get confused. Sometimes some few children will be able to answer the questions. Few children, they get confused when they say about the trapped in the courts and like Chacha, can I borrow your mobile? Few familiar questions. If we repeatedly present the questions to the children, they will become familiar. So teacher should have a questionnaire in her hand, in his hand, and it should be repeatedly asked to the children whenever there is a time, so that the child should become familiar. So 12 marks easily will get. So more often children lose the marks in extracts. Out of 12, they used to get 8 marks. And sometimes in 2 mark question also they will get confused. So teacher should be very much careful in preparing the children, so that when you go through with the answer paper from FA1, FA2 or SA1 or practice exams, the teacher will come to know which child has lost marks in which section. So that should be pointed out in a diary, and such child should be called and counseled and ask the child or guide the child or instruct the child to prepare in such area and not to lose marks from the next time. Then the child will concentrate in particular area, and he or she will cope up with that the area where she has lost the marks. Next, Gentleman of Rio Medio. It's a lesson where there will be a discussion between the narrator and Don Anselmo and Americans. So the teacher, it's a teacher's talent how to present this lesson, make them understand, and how to get answers from the children is concerned. We see here some questions are in such a manner that there will be no clue. See, we have made a discovery. There will be confusion for the child whether the American said this or the narrator said this. These Americans are Buena Gente. Here again, a narrator are obviously here we can say that the narrator, because he is referring to Americans. So we have made a discovery. Who said this? This is where the child gets. The teacher should be able to ask this question repeatedly and get answer from the children. And if not, they should be given same type of question in the mini tests or surprise test, and let the child answer only yes, get answer from the question children is concerned. Next, Ambedkar, where there are 6 to 7 questions where repeatedly the questions are asked from the KCB board. The teacher should guide them for 5 to 6 questions and make them to write answers. Usually we don't get a 3-mark question. We have 2-mark questions. Why did Nehru call Ambedkar as a symbol of revolt? These are repeated questions. Apart from this, 1 or 2 questions may appear. The teacher can prepare 2 or 3 more questions and ask the children to prepare for such questions. Next, this is a very beautiful lesson where the children enjoys Anant and Smita the concert. Here summary should be given like a story type, and questions will be asked to the children. Children loves answering this chapter, and they learn very easily. Conversation between again the discovery where children find little bit difficult to answer such questions, because the way the teacher teaches and presents the concepts in consequential and sequential order matters a lot in this chapter is concerned, because the question, the terminology, the context, everything is somewhat Western style. The children has to create a picture in their mind, and they have to understand the content, the names, because as soon you say the name Columbus, Pepe, Francisco, so the child first familiarizes the names, then their dialogues, then their context, everything it should be familiarized. So teacher help is very much needed in this context. So Digo's impatience. Why did Pedro call Digo an impatient? Digo, the impatient, describe the impatience of Digo. There are limits to patience, sir. So 2-mark question, 4-mark question, 3-mark question. Here extracts are expected, so we have to prepare for extracts. For example, talk between Columbus and Digo. This scene, the teacher has to make it clear to the students, and they have to explain it in a proper manner so that the child should be able to answer the extracts. A good sailor knows his place. Extract is there. Who said this? To whom it was said? When it was said? This is the quarter deck. Here is King Oram, the kingdom come. So such type of questions should be familiarized to the children. Conversation between Pedro and Columbus. Dialogue between Pepe and Columbus. Likewise, you can prepare different charts or different tables, and you can prepare the children for this chapter especially. Yes, we can see Victory of Columbus, Course of Silence. Yes. Next, we have Colors of Silence. Colors of Silence is a very beautiful lesson where you can come across the story of Satish Gujral. It's a completely what type of lesson? It's an inspiration lesson where even every student will enjoy his lifestyle and his achievements especially. Accident of Satish is the beginning where it ends with the awards. So the child should sequentially remember the things, why Satish went to Kashmir, what happened in Kashmir, from the rickety bridge, how did he fell, how he was treated, what happened, why he left the school, and how he got inspired from the bird, why the school removed him and asked him to join the deaf and dumb school, and accomplishment of Satish in several art forms, exhibitions of his works, Satish as a writer, awards issued by Satish Gujral. Physical disability is not a barrier to the success. Likewise, if you sequentially write and present to the child any question the examiner may ask, the child may be able to answer, because the lesson itself is beautiful and inspiring. Children remember well when they give in sequential order and some main points. For example, some questions will appear like describe the accident that happened in Satish's life and its effect. Starting from Kashmir incident, when he went with his father and brother to Kashmir from he fell down from rickety bridge and he got injured. If just the child can easily write, because he remembers it in a sequential order and knows the story and his achievements and his struggles in the life, everything will come to know. So these are some of the questions where you can go ahead. Science and hope of survival is one of the lesson where confusion is there for children but not to the teacher, because the lesson almost all deals with the USA, USSR, UK and nuclear bombs. The teacher should have clear picture what is there in the content, and it should be conveyed to the children. Children get confused why they went to summit, what happened there, did they find the answer, what was the question, what was the solution. So clear-cut picture should be presented by the teacher that the summit was held to find out the difference between the tremors in the earthquake as well as the nuclear bomb. So as soon they went, solution couldn't be found, but they came to a conclusion that they can made a treaty, that is NTBT treaty should be signed if violators get be punished or sanctioned. That was the theme. That much the teacher should make familiar to the child, and depending on the questions, 5 to 6 familiar questions are there that teacher can guide them to prepare for this 7 or 8 questions. The chapter itself is somewhat difficult for the child, not for the teacher. When it comes to training the child, the sequential order and what is expected from the lesson, what is the main points of the theme, what is the theme of the lesson, if it clearly given to the child, any question the child may be able to answer very easily. So there are some of the questions where you can go through later. Difficulties faced by the toppers while writing answers in the exam: anxiety, fear of failure, time management. Some of them make silly mistakes unknowingly due to examination phobia. Many of them are overconfident. This may lead to their negligence and bad handwriting and not following sequence. So anxiety problem, how to solve? Be calm and believe in yourself. Tell the child, guide the child to be calm as soon as to enter the examination hall. Time management, the child has to frequently watch the time, and it has to adjust according to the pace and content. Some of the silly mistakes unknowingly due to examination phobia. What are the mistakes? Write any before you start write an answer, if possible, jot down points and then write it neatly. Many of them are overconfident. Don't start the question without reading completely, because many of the children read half of the question and write different answer, because confidence of the students usually read half of the question and write irrelevant answer. That should be avoided. Tell the child, guide the child, instruct the child if possible. Bad handwriting. So handwriting, avoid spelling mistakes also, the child has to be avoided. So see that these are some of the tips for writing good exams. Generally faced by the average students. What are the some students write half answers due to examination phobia. Some students forget the answers. Students make few grammatical errors. Some students make spelling mistakes. Forgetting the answer is also one of the fact. So below average student, what problems they will fight? They fail to comprehend the meaning of the question. As soon as they see the question, they know the answer, but they don't know what the meaning of the question. So they fail to write the answer. So they write some answer to put wrong question number to them. So numbers also they will change. They have very poor handwriting. They always make spelling and grammatical errors, and they don't follow the rules of punctuation. They fail to remember the answer, even the simple questions. So this is how the challenges are faced by the teachers. So teacher has to be very much alert while preparing the children is concerned, and they should speak to the child, solve the problem, give guidance, relevant guidance, and give solution to them, and make them confident and confident, so that they can able to write the exam very easily. Yes. Now we'll in short we'll discuss some poetry section. So we have 8 poems. Grand Tree, Quality of Mercy, I Am the Land, The Song of India, Jazz Poem, Ballad of the Tempest, The Blind Boy, and Off to Outer Space Tomorrow. So we have Grand City 4 marks, Quality of Mercy 4 marks for memorization, I Am the Land 4 or 3 mark question, long answer, Song of India 4 marks summary, Jazz Poem 4 or 2 marks for short answer, Ballad of the Tempest 4 marks, The Blind Boy 4 marks, Off to Outer Space Tomorrow, that is short answer. This pattern, all of you know that. Grand City is a summary where the average student, above average student, below average student has to be written, because it gives 4 marks. So it is better way to train the child with the keywords. If the child could able to write these keywords and jot down the points, then easily they will get 4 marks. Yes, because keywords are very much important for the child, because 4 marks, this is a funny story where the grandma is genius. She could able to climb the tree. She learned from the loving brother at the age of 6 years, and people used to advise her, don't take risk at this age. Spend your old days in gracefully, but she used to laugh and say, I would like to spend my old days disgracefully. And once the poet family was out of station, she climbed a tree, but she couldn't come down. See how sequentially it will go. If you repeatedly, the teacher trains the children and tells the summary, teacher should be confident. Yes, we are all confident. We have a lot of faith on our profession, and we have a lot of passion because sometimes what happens, we will be confident enough that our children will write. No, we should not take risk. Always teacher should stand up and pose a challenge to the question that ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಉತ್ತರ ನಂದು, ಯಾವ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೋ ಕೇಳಿ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಚಾಲೆಂಜ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಮುಂದೆ. Once the teacher gets this confidence, children will come up with different type of ideas. And you don't blame the child that you are not reading, you are not working. You you inspire them in such a manner that if you read, you will ask doubt. That is the proof. The proof of your preparedness is you will ask doubts. You see, most of the children will come up with doubts. When the child come up with doubts, definitely it is reading. So it will be easy for the teacher work. So working hard is not important here. Working smart is very much important. How you train the children, how you bring confidence among the children is that is very much important. Because Grand McClellan summary, from the beginning, if we start writing, the moment you ask the child to read and write, the next time when it appears in the examination, it will miss down most of the points. So train them in such a manner that using keywords. I should, whenever you show your work, I should have 20 to 25 keywords. Underline it and show it to me. The child, what it will do, it will write first keywords, then write the summary and present it to the teacher. It never fails any point, and looking at the presentation, he or she will get good marks in the examination. So if I ask, go on reducing. I have seen that many of the teachers go on reducing the content, go on reducing the average student, you write this much. Below average student, you write this much enough. Above average student, you have to write this much. So this is not the thing. We need 30 keywords with simple sentences. You see, every child will get 4 marks. It's not a difficult task. If you train every day to ask the child writing 30 keywords in the summary Grand McClellan tree, definitely the child will write all the points, and it will get 4 marks out of 4 marks completely in the Grand McClellan tree. So start beautifully. Ask the child. This poem is written by Ruskin Bond. Here the poet calls her grandmother as a genius. You go sequentially as a story. First, you tell the child the story. This is what happened. Grandma was very genius. She climbed a tree. She could not come down, so she was rescued. The same story the child will write using the keywords. Keywords has to be supplied first by the teacher itself. Now, you don't ask children to get keywords. You give them 20 to 25 keywords and ask them to write the summary using those keywords. So in the beginning, initial days, they will commit some mistakes, but later on, they will write very beautifully, come out with different answers, and 4 marks definitely they will get. You can give hints like this. Grandma genius, trees, even at the age of 62 years, she has learned that age of 6 by her loving brother. She could climb the either high or spread. She was happier in the trees than the lift. Well-wisher says to stop climbing trees, but grandma denied. One day, she climbed a tree but couldn't come down. After a rescue, doctor suggested bed rest for a week, which she felt a season in the hell. She told her son that she wanted a house on a treetop. Poet's father was dutiful, so he constructed a tree house with windows and a door. She upheld a right to reside in the tree. Poet could climb the tree with a cherry tree and glass. So questions, the different dimension, the question will be asked. Even though it is fixed that there will be 4 mark question, asking question pattern may change, because as I said, dynamism is there in every sphere. In our board also, there is a lot of dynamics is there. There will be changing questions, a different type of questions, in different aspects they will ask the question. For example, how could you say grandma was a genius? What did the neighbors advise the grandma? What was her reply? What did the doctor recommend? How did the family members look after her? How did grandma feel when she was advised to take a week rest? What did grandma's demand for? How was it fulfilled? In different, write the summary of grandma, it may be asked. Coming to the poem section, here also we get 4 marks, quality of mercy. You can train them in a song method, like a quality of mercy is not trained in song method, or you can stanza which they can practice. We cannot expect which stanza they will appear in the examination, but child will get only for writing 4 lines, child will get 4 marks. So many of the children fail to write 4 lines with correct spellings. After training 1 year, some of the children still commit mistake. Where do they commit mistake usually? Mercy spelling they will write wrong. Even though it is given in the question paper, write the poem from your memory, quote from your memory, quality of mercy. They commit mistake in the spelling mercy. And apart from that, the drop it spelling, they'll skip 1 P. And heaven spelling HAVE, and heaven they will write. So we have to concentrate in such things. Then only the child, every child will write 4 lines, but with a lot of spelling mistakes. So this is where we are supposed to concentrate. Beneath spelling they'll write wrong, and blessed spelling again they'll skip 1 yes there. And mightiest spelling, many of the children commit mistake in the mightiest. They'll skip I, they'll skip H. So mightiest is very much important. while training the children is concerned. Which paragraph? The child has to learn complete poem, because very beautiful poem. If they learn in a song method, definitely it will be very easy for them to train, and ask them to write every day in their copywriting books. Whenever they are write copywriting, ask them to write this poem, Grand McLean summary, so that the child will get practice, and also handwriting will also be improved. And here also in the second paragraph, that a throne monarch better than his crown. Here scepter spelling they skip, usually they commit mistake in the scepter. Temporal power, here temporal they'll write, pa they'll add, and temper power they'll add. So you see to that the scepter, temporal power, attribute spelling they'll make wrong, commit mistake. Majesty also they will commit mistake. Scepter again, dread and fear of kings also. Dread, they will, some children they used to write bread because they confuse D and B, because of that concept. They confuse the letter D and B. So the teacher has to be very much alert in checking the things, because every evaluator, some evaluators may overlook the spellings because the child has written 4 lines, they may give 4 marks. Some evaluators I have seen, those who are with me in the evaluation process, they underline the spellings and cut 1 and 1.5 marks. They could able to give only 2 and 3 marks. The child will lose again 1.5, 2 marks there because of a lot of spelling mistakes. So ask the child to write correct spellings, because it is writing only 4 lines. When it is writing 4 lines, let them present in proper manner. Let them write in a beautiful manner. And we are training from the year beginning. So let them go ahead and write in a beautiful manner. In the last paragraph also, the children usually commit mistake in earthly power. Earthly, they use only earth word. And also mercy, season, justice, there they will commit mistake. Train the child to write in a proper manner. So this is how the things go. So how to train the children? You can give some rearrange the lines, jumbled lines you can give, and ask the child to rearrange and write it. This is one of the method. Filling the blank method. Rearrange the word, jumbled words, you give jumbled words and ask them to write in a proper manner. So these 3 methods you can write, and finally you can give 1 line and ask them to complete the complete paragraph or a stanza. So see, the children will come out with beautiful colors and different. They enjoy learning the poem. If you just ask them to rote memory, by hearted, they will by heart, but they could not able to present it. When you give this writing task, like rearranging the lines, fill in the blanks, and also jumbled words, definitely the child will learn in a enjoying manner, and also you can expect 4 marks without any loss. Next, coming to the I Am the Land poem, very beautiful poem. Every child can get 3 marks if the teacher trains them in a proper manner, because there is nothing more information. Starting from here, the child has to write a little bit, 3 marks or 2 marks summary will be there for the child. The child has to write, this poem is written by Marina de Bellagenta. Yes, the poet is here is the speaker. Who is the speaker? That you should confuse. Child usually get confused. The speaker in I Am the Land and Song of India. In I Am the Land, the mother Earth is the speaker, whereas Song of India, the mother India is the speaker. We should familiarize the children and ask repeatedly who is the speaker here. Here, the mother Earth speaks to the human beings. That is very much important. So, activities carried on are the Earth. What are the activities done by? Means they dig the holes, and it watches with correlate eyes, stares. What are the they bite. I stay calm. I stay patient. I watch. So the thing is, what activities human being is doing on the earth, that should be highlighted, and how the mother is tolerating, that should be highlighted. See, children usually don't lose marks in this poem. They enjoy because they remember the activities, because the children is also mentioned there. Children play, they shout, they sing, they dance. Oh, that part they enjoy very much. You all do these things, no children? Yes, they will. Yes, write down those things. Addition to that, human activities like digging holes, buying it, then coming with guns. You just remind them of soldiers and war. So they will write guns, choking, suffocation, everything. 3 marks pakka they will get. It is depending upon the teacher's talent, how the teacher will train. Especially I Am the Land is concerned. Very beautiful poem. Children enjoy this. So questions may be asked. Why did the poet repeat the word wait in the poem? What are the activities mentioned in the poem are carried out to the earth? What do you mean by muddy holes? What do you understand by correlate eyes? These are questions. 3 marks summary, you can prepare them. So next poem is the Song of India. Describing the natural beauty. As I said, there is a difference. In I Am the Land, the speaker was Mother Earth, whereas in Song of India, the speaker is Mother India, where it talks to the poet. Poet is very much happy to present his achievements before the Mother India, but Mother India is not ready to listen, because Mother India is concentrating or are very much concerned about the poor, needy, those who are suffering from hunger, starvation, the children born in dark. See the diversion, where you can show the comparison between the poet and the Mother India. Mother India is concerned about the poor people, whereas the poet is concerned about the achievements made by human beings. This type, if you give comparison and write two questions: what did the poet wanted to sing? What did the Mother India wanted to listen? Two paragraphs, two questions. One is, what did the poet wanted to sing? What did Mother India wanted to listen? Finished. If you use these two comparison, the child will write in comparison, and finally it will jolt down. That will come to an end. And definitely this Song of India may be appearing in the 4-mark question. That is for summary. The child can write beautifully. For example, description of natural beauty of India in the beginning. And Mother India's objection, description of rich culture, Mother India's indignant words. Here the question will be asked, why did the Mother India use the indignant words? Because Mother India wanted to listen about the poor, not about the achievements, not about the monuments, not about the natural beauty. So you can we have to go in deep to the children to make them understand. If you just give information which is not sufficient, the child will not get understand. So we have to be very much particular, and we have to go in depth, and we have to attract the attention of the children and make them understand. So questions: natural beauty of India. What did Mother India say in reply? What are the epics on the stone? How does the poet describe the rich heritage of India? So many questions will be there. So 4 marks summary wise, if you prepare, that is to in comparison. What did the poet wanted to sing? What did the mother wanted to listen? If you just write this one, that will be. See this poem. Next poem is Ancient Mariners. That is jazz poem. The child enjoys like anything. If you just describe a human being's appearance, starting from this poem, Carl Windal, written by Carl Windal, Ancient Mariner, starting from the head to toe. If you just remind the child with the keywords, definitely the child will get 2 or 3 marks, 4 marks very easily. So how you can imagine, you tell the child that a man is standing. You start from his head. Just his eyes are closed. His head is bent, wrinkled face, weary, not happy, sad. His collar is faded, tie is loose jacket. See, just to ask the child to imagine, you write the keywords. See, I'm writing an appearance of a human being who is standing, who is very much poor and sad. You start from his head, his closed, starting from eyes. His eyes are closed. His head is bent, wrinkled face, weary face, unshaven, loose necktie, collar faded, blue shirt, dark because of sweat, jacket, sagging stomach, and also his shoes are torn, paper in it. Next come to collar, hanger, saxophone. Likewise, if you just keywords, then ask them to jolt down and make them simple sentences. Jazz poem summary is ready. See, a teacher should use innovative, novel ideas and simple ideas so that the child should enjoy and write it in able to write in the present it in the paper. So the teacher should always remember the question and present the question to the child so that the child could able to answer. So physical appearance of jazz, how he was held his instrument, what did he preach, how did the jazz player feel when he performed the music, why did jazz player command Ancient Mariner? Last, that is Ballad of the Tempest poem. Here also, if you just highlight the character of the little girl, the maiden, see, all the children will get fascinated. It is, see, we have to hold any one element in any lesson or poem is matter, and we have to grab the attention of the children. Because if you just give equal importance to all the lesson, what happens, lesson will become flat. You have to take one highlighting point, any one sense of humor, any one inspiration point, any one achievement, any one award, any one live example. If you just compare it, see, for the little maiden, small girl, how she inspired the whole crew members, those who have lost their faith. They were supposed to die in the ocean because of 1-2 words. See, teacher expression and body language and his involvement is very much important. Teacher involvement uh, is attracted or fascinated by teachers. Children is concerned. So children should be attracted only because of teacher involvement. If teacher is, yes, we are all involving, but novel ideas, marvel ideas, innovative methods, and highlighting the key points, that is very much important. Here, Ballad of the Tempest, we have a beautiful poem where the child plays a very important role, and the captain and the other sailors, they got inspiration from her, and they reached the sail. So the teacher can highlight the characters here. Extracts, we were overcrowded in the cabin. We are lost. Some familiar extracts where the child is expected to write answers. Teacher has to repeatedly highlight them. So questions, what do you mean by not a soul would dare to sleep? Who are the sailors crowded in the cabin? How cruel was the tempest? What did the captain say staggering down the stairs? That is what we are lost. What did he mean? So such type of questions will appear in the question. So this is one more beautiful poem, The Blind Boy. The children should be taught using song method, jumbled line methods, jumbled words method, fill in the blank method, or directly they can by heart. But see to that there should not be any spelling mistakes. So one more poem, that is After Outer Space Tomorrow. See, we have in India has done a lot of achievements in the field of space recently. 100th satellite vehicle we launched yesterday. So we have to highlight, starting from there, we have to link it, how India is achieving and what is space, and how here the space people are minding. Now, live example like one space astronaut who is struck in a US vehicle in that you can highlight that incident. So how is the life will be there in the space, you have to highlight them. And the poet start that take off my name from the diary, because I'll be out after outer space tomorrow. There will be no visitors, no mails, no letters. If you just take up to their world, into that world, the children will realize and they will imagine the things, and definitely they will come through with the different answers and beautiful answers, and that will make learning very much clear. So this is what for today we had planned. The speaker is after tomorrow morning is uncertain of his return. How does he express this? The speaker said teacup circling because of gravity. Only keywords, if you just give them, the child will develop the answer, and the teacher has to guide them how to develop the answer in one or two extra words. Describe the feelings and excitement of an astronaut. Summarize the poem After Outer Space Tomorrow Morning. And speaker says that calendars and clocks are useless because there are no seasons. If you just give the example of Sunita Williams, Kalpana Chawla, you can definitely inspire the children and make the lesson very easy. Live examples are very much important. So this is for today. Next session will be carried on by my colleague Juveria Madam. Over to Santosh sir. Thank you.
So good afternoon, teachers. I'm Juweria Harkari from MDRS Katapur, Taluk Kushti, District Koppal. So due to time restraints, I must cover all the topics swiftly. So stand by with me. Today I'm going to deal with the topics grammar, vocabulary, editing, and supplementary reading. So let us begin with grammar, vocabulary, and editing section. So marks allotted for this is 16 plus 2. So here is the list of essential topics of grammar and vocabulary. So all carries 1 mark except for editing. So let us begin with question tag. A question tag is a short phrase added to the end of a statement to turn it into a question. So what we have to teach for the students, the basic rules, that is positive sentence takes negative tag, vice versa. Usage of proper pronouns. Here subject of the sentence determines the pronoun, and also usage of auxiliary verb of the main sentence. And there are certain exceptions also with I am, aren't I, with imperatives, will you or won't you, with the sentences beginning with let us not. It takes shall we as a question tag. So here are some examples. So let us move to the next section of grammar, that is language function. This refers to the purpose or intention behind a particular use of language in communication. So here most commonly used language functions are given, like giving information, getting information, requesting, offering, giving advice, and so on. So this is one area where often students get confused as they are not frequently exposed to English conversation. So to overcome this, the teacher can engage them into a role play activity or encourage them to read more conversation based books. So here we can see the examples also. So the next is if clause, also called conditionals, expresses a condition. So here we have 4 types of conditional: zero conditional, first conditional, second conditional, and third conditional. So as we have seen in the recent question papers, third conditional has been given emphasis. So it is better for us to practice third conditional by giving a lot of worksheets and making them practice a lot. So the next is infinitives. So an infinitive is the base form of a verb, often preceded by to. We have 2 types of infinitive: full infinitive and bare infinitive. So almost all in question papers, full infinitive has been asked. So here we can make them practice by giving a lot of examples, worksheets, and all. And one more thing to mention here is infinitives is an optional question. Either infinitives or framing questions may be asked in the question paper. So next is voices. Voices refers to a form of a verb that shows whether the subject of a sentence is performing or receiving the action. So we have 2 types of voices: active voice and passive voice. In active voice, subject performs the action subject is given importance there. In passive voice, subject receives the action and object is given importance. So we have examples also. Sharat sings a song in active voice. A song is sung by Sharat in passive voice. So how to transform an active voice sentence into passive voice? There are certain rules. So here, voice change takes place only with transitive verbs. Transitive verbs are the verbs which takes object. So identify subject, verb, and object. We have to train the students to understand which is subject, which is object, and which one is the verb. So after identification, we have to swap the object to subject's position and vice versa. We also have to change the verb form accordingly, add the preposition by if needed. So modify subjective pronoun to objective pronoun if applicable. So here in special cases, in case of imperative sentence, if the command question is open the window, the passive voice becomes let the window be opened. In request, please bring me a glass of water. In passive voice, it becomes you are requested to bring me a glass of water. So if we see the interrogative sentence, if the question is who wrote this poem, in passive voice it becomes by whom was the poem written. So we have to make them practice a lot by providing structured worksheets. So the next is syllabification, which is a easier topic here. It is a process of dividing words into syllables. A syllable is a unit of pronunciation that typically contains a vowel sound. So here many people follow different methods. So I believe that finger method is effective than clapping or any other finger counting method like this. So it is more effective than other. Like for example, container, contain. We have 3 syllables here. So next one is collocation. Collocatives are the words that frequently appear together in a language. So common collocations are combination of the following: verb plus noun, like take a break; adjective plus noun, like strong coffee; verb plus adverb, speak fluently; adverb plus adjective, highly successful; noun plus noun, mobile phone. There are plenty of examples for collocations. We can give the students to go through them. That will make the students write effortlessly. So the next one is parts of speech. So these are the basic categories of words based on their function in a sentence. They are 8 in number. So noun, it's a naming word. Pronoun replaces a noun. Verb shows action, state of being or possession. Adjective describes a noun. Adverb describes a verb, adjective, or another adverb. Preposition shows the relationship between words. Conjunctions connect to words, phrases, or clauses. Interjection expresses strong emotions. So here, if we give fill in the blank worksheet for them, then it will be helpful. And also we can do story building activities to enrich the students in parts of speech. So next one is articles. Articles are also called they are the determiners. They modify, define a noun. There are 3 articles divided into 2 groups: definite article, which is the, and indefinite article, a and an. So let us come to definite article first. It is used to specify particular nouns. So it is used before singular noun representing the whole class, as in the man is an intelligent animal. Here the man represents the whole humankind. So it is also used with superlatives. So it is used before before the names of heavenly bodies, rivers, monuments, holy books, musical instruments, and so on. Used with the previously mentioned nouns. Already when we have mentioned the noun, again if we are going to mention the same thing, then we have to use the definite article, the there. So let us understand about indefinite article. It is used before the word that begins with consonant sound. Used before singular countable noun. Used when we mention something for the first time. So let us come to an. It is used before the word that begins with vowel sound. So it is also used before singular countable nouns. It is also used when we mention something for the first time. And also it is used before the words where H is silent, like honest, our, honorable, and so on. So the next one is preposition. Preposition is a word that shows relationship between a noun or a pronoun and other parts of a sentence. Preposition indicates direction, place, time, cause, manner, profession, etc. So here, this is one area where both teachers and the students get confused. So here, to overcome this confusion or this struggle is consistent practice is necessary for both the teachers and the students as well. So providing lot of worksheets, and we have to have a real life conversation based on this, highlighting these propositions. So here some examples are also given. So the next one is linkers. They are also called conjunctions or connectors. So it is these are used to connect ideas, sentences, or clause. This is also one area where students may face difficulty. They get confused between preposition and linkers. So the best thing is we have to introduce various examples and exercises. So here the different type of linkers we can see, additive linkers like adding information, examples, and also furthermore, besides, in addition, etc. Contrastive linkers, so contrast, but, however, although, on the other hand, at, etc. So cause and effect linkers, showing reason or consequences, because, so, therefore, as a result, due to, etc. Comparative linkers, so showing similarity or differences, like examples like similarly, in the way, as, unlike, etc. So the next topic here is degrees of comparison. It refers to the way adjectives and adverbs change to show the degree or extent of a quality. There are 3 degrees of comparison. Positive degree, where there is no comparison, it speaks only about the existence of the quality. Comparative degree compares 2 things which show to show which has the lesser or greater degree of quality. Superlative degree compares more than 2 things to show which has the greatest degree of quality. So here, 3 methods are there to interchange positive, comparative, and superlative degree. The best method, one of the best method, not the best method, but as we have seen so far, the best method has been given in question papers. So it is best to concentrate on the best method. And one more thing is, it is better to emphasize on comparative degree, because questions may be asked in superlative degree or positive degree, and they'll tell to convert it into comparative degree. So the next one is reported speech. So it is when you report or describe what someone else has said without quoting their exact words. So here, rules to change direct speech into indirect speech. So omit commas and quotation marks. Pronoun changes according to the speaker and listener. Tense change according to backshift rule. So adverb of time and place also change. And if the reporting verb is in the direct speech, in the direct speech is in the present tense, tense in the direct speech remains unchanged. If the reporting verb in the direct speech is in past tense, the tense in the indirect speech changes accordingly. So no change of tense for universal truths, scientific and mathematical facts. So here is a table where we can see types of sentences and reporting speech in direct speech, how it has been changed into indirect speech, and what all conjunctions are used in different types of sentences. So I'll move to the next slide. So here reported speech in interrogative sentence changes into assertive sentence. Reported speech does not change its tense in imperative sentence. Omission of words such as please, kindly, etc. in indirect speech of imperative sentence takes place, and this is a common but major problem for students because there are plenty of rules involved here. And so as a teacher, the role of the teacher is to simplify these rules and provide regular practice to the students. So once the student master the rules, it will be an enjoyable task for them to solve these kind of questions. So next one is, here some examples for reported speech are given. So the next one is word form. It refers to the different variations of a word that change depending on its grammatical function in a sentence. So here examples are also given. So to teach this aspect of grammar, effectively we have to provide fill in the blanks exercise. We have to give plenty of worksheet, and also we have to incorporate the student into real life conversation, where they can use word forms, different types of words naturally in their day-to-day conversation. So the next one is tense form of the verb. Refers to the way a verb changes to indicate the time of an action or state. So here examples are given. So this is also one common challenge. What we have to make them understand is the subject verb agreement to overcome this problem, and also make them come across real life scenarios. And also we have to provide a structured worksheet, ample of structured worksheet to solve these tense form of the verb. So the next one is framing question. It's forming a question correctly based on a given statement or situation to get the given underlined word or phrase as an answer. So here what a teacher can do is teacher can thoroughly teach the student about WH word, how to use WH word in different cases. So um, usage of WH words is must for the student to understand how to frame the question. So the next is using the given word as noun and verb in your own sentence. Here I have given so many examples, but the teacher can refer a good grammar book which provides plenty of such examples for the students. But for low level sorry to say that, but for below average student, like you can see on the screen, the word force and brush. Here for noun, force is an English word, a brush is an English word. This is the easiest method what we can make them understand. And also for verb, she forced him to do work. Sorry, it has been printed wrong. It is work. So next is he brushed his teeth. Add ed to the given word to make past form of the verb. So this will be the easiest method for below average students. So the next part is editing. It's a process of reviewing and refining a piece of writing to improve its clarity, accuracy, and quality. So in SSLC examination question paper, the 2 errors will be there along with their clues. So what we have to do is we have to make the student identify the given errors and make required corrections and rewrite the entire paragraph in the answer sheet. So by this I end my grammar section. So let us start supplementary reading section. For this, marks allotted are 2 marks. So there are 4 units. Narayanpur incident on top of the word, a great martyr ever cherished, the bird of happiness. So the plus point is we have an option here. We have the options. 2 questions are asked. Option between choosing between Narayanpur incident and top of the world, and a great martyr ever cherished, the bird of happiness. So a suggestion to teachers is that you can make students practice second and third supplementary reading, because there are limited number of questions, and also we can answer those questions with a lot of accuracy. So it is better the students practice the second chapter and the third chapter from supplementary reading. By this I wind up my session. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Yasin Sharif sir and Zubair man for covering the prose poetry, supplementary reading, and grammar and vocabulary section as well. I hope within the given time you tried your best to cover what and all the things that you have mentioned in your PPT. And okay, now Rashekar will begin with his session regarding comprehension and composition part, where the low achievers can get the marks for their pass. So hope, I think everyone, all the teachers, you are doing the same thing, it seems. So you choose composition and comprehension part to make your low achievers to get at least the passing marks, right? So I would like to welcome Rajshekhar to begin the session over composition and comprehension part. So he will highlight certain things where students can get the out of out marks in the particular topics. So Rajshekhar, please carry on.
Okay, thank you, sir. Good afternoon to everyone. Now I will continue the session with comprehension and composition. First thing, we will go for unseen passage. It carries for comprehension, composition, unseen passage. See, first we have to guide the students to read the passage thoroughly to grasp the meaning. And next is while reading, attention must be given to the different names, statements, dates, as well as events and word related to the questions asked after the passage to find the answers. The next is sometimes learner must be in a position to give suitable title by grasping the gist of the passage. See, usually what I suggest for the learners is that one method I used to tell our learners, first let them read the questions first, then they can go for the passage so that they can easily find the answers related for that particular questions. Next is picture reading. When we come to the part of picture reading, it carries for 3 marks. So it's we have been teaching that one for the from 8th standard also. So we should ask the learner to observe the picture carefully, then point out different things, scenes, images, as well as the situations there. Because what happens, child must be, at least a slow learner must identify what are the things are there in that particular pictures. Then he can go for the particular situation, what the things are going on there, that he can observe that. Then we have to ask the students to, by using those keywords, he can make small sentences, or then he can proceed further. We can ask the learners to write 6 to 8 sentences about that picture in a para or two. Here it's very so that we can make easily the child can score good marks. But when we come to the part of above average learner, we have to instruct the learners to use suitable linkers as well as correct grammatical sentences to explain the theme of the picture, because the chances are there to lose the marks when they do the spelling mistake as well as punctuation marks. That will also be observed when the child is able to score 100 out of 100 at that time. They will observe the very small, minute mistakes. So it's our duty to guide them. Next, when we go for converting a profile into paragraph, it carries 3 marks. See, For one small thing, I used to tell our students, say in profile writing, it will be given in vertical form, and if you place in horizontal form, then you will get the 3 marks. See, if it is in a question paper, it has been given in vertical form. You have to just translate into horizontal form, just by using correct linkers like that. So ask the learner to read all the points given in that profile, and you can ask the learner to begin, this is the profile of so and so. Like that, usually we follow the method. With proper utilization of the linkers and meaningful sentences, they can develop a paragraph with due attention to the sequential order. We should not miss the order. Whatever the, usually the same things can be done. Next, accuracy of language must be maintained here. What happens, accuracy of a language, when we come to the part of language, the same thing, all are repeating the same thing. Please don't mind the same thing, the grammatical as well as what we say, the capital letters and beginning of the sentence, or punctuation, it's very important. Next, when we come to the part of story development, it carries 3 marks. Here, we can make the students to hear some short stories in YouTube and make the students to learn or read some English short stories that would definitely help them to complete the incomplete stories. When they are familiar with the new stories or then only they can attend it. This is the common thing. So even we can use YouTube or other, we can make the students to read, listen to the stories and main characters. Usually, we can see when we observe the old question papers, we get a number of short stories related to that. The child can make the alteration there. And the gaps can be filled with the linkers and other things. By observing the clues, learners must be in a position to identify the story. There, he should observe the different characters what are there in that particular story. Depending upon that, he can move further to complete that story, an incomplete story. The story with suitable linkers, as well as here again, we should ask them to go for language accuracy. That must be clear here. Next is the most interesting, as well as the students have been doing from their earlier section classes also, essay writing. Here, the main aspect is what the students do the mistake is they will uh, start the, say, out of 3 topics, they will select one topic and they will start the answer to write the answers. After some times they feel, oh no, it is not good, let me go for another topic. Like that, they will strike off the thing and they will take another topic and they will start to write. So this is the problem usually a student face during the time of exam. That's why we should instruct the learner to select the topic perfectly. So you should decide out of 3 topics which I should write first, which I should attend. Like that, you should decide and you should face the exam. The important thing is learner must select the suitable topic for the essay writing. Next, learner can arrange his ideas with due attention to the accuracy. See, we can follow the steps mentioned below, like introduction. We all know, because 4 marks means we usually when we go for evaluation, we see whether it is introduction is given or the statement of concept whether is given or development concept is there, as well as the reasons, as well as remedies and conclusion. We follow these steps. If these headings, at least we can ask the slow learners to mention those headings. At least by seeing those headings, out of 4 marks, they may give 3 marks or 2 to 3 marks. Even if they write, we can make the learner to write introduction. At least we should make the keywords introduction. If they write the word introduction, by seeing that word, the 4 stages, half of marks also if they provide, he will get 2 marks. Like that, it is the basic concept. The main theme is here he should concentrate on the development process as well as reasons and remedies we can give when we choose the pollution, as well as any other questions regarding population explosion, many things, role of mobile phones, internet. Like that, we can ask. We have been doing that. Even then, it's a gentle reminder so that we can make the learner. And especially when we come to the part of above average students, he should have perfect clarity regarding while writing all those things. And we should ask the learner to go for the spelling error to check. We should ask the learner to keep at least 10 minutes to check all the spellings and other errors what he has made there. Next, the last part, when we go for this one is letter writing. It carries 5 marks. Here we have been dealing this topic from even from 7th standard also we can say here. The same thing, just I want to brush up here. Here we need to give importance for the format of the letter as it would fetch the minimum 3 marks. The format will carry 3 marks. So remaining 2 marks we have to consider for the content of the body of the letter. Ask the learner to read the subject of the letter to write the correct sentences in the body of the letter. If the child is able to understand that particular concept, it would be easy for the child to write the body of the letter. Then ask the learner to read the subject of the letter to write the correct sentences in the body. Next, ask the learner to not to omit the definite article like the. What happens here? Many times I have observed they have written, instead of writing letter to the manager, they will be writing only just they will be writing manager. Instead of the editor, they will be just entering only editor. See, that also affects the score. When we come to the part of good score like that time, what happens? That child will lose chance of losing marks by not writing that particular article. The you might have observed in your this one also, child is losing that case also. Then most preferably, many teachers say personal letter is better, but in my view, official letter I choose preferably because there is a easy chance from address they will write, they will leave some space. Next they will go for date, then they will go for to address, then salutation, then the subject, everything. If they get into if they get into mind, these are the steps they have to maintain while writing the letter. Definitely they will get the 3 marks for the format. At least 1 out of 2 they will get 1 mark for the body of the letter. They will get 4. If it is grammatically correct and accurately written, they will get 5 out of 5 marks in the letter writing skill. See, next thing here, what I have made is the concept. Wait. This is the timetable for everyday practice in a week I have made here. See, still we have days. See, I have divided from Monday to Sunday. I have divided the whole syllabus. See, ask the child. ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟ ನೀನು ಡೈಲಿ ಒಂದು 2 ಪೇಜ್ ನನಗೆ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಬಂದು ಕೊಡಪ್ಪ, ನಿನಗೆ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ 60 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಬರಂಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ತುಂಬಬೇಕು. So child will ask, sir, how it is possible? See, Monday what you have to do? Monday we can ask the child to write the summary of the 2 poems and mention the 2 poems which are meant for memorization. 4 plus 4, easily they will get 8 marks. See, if they write in 2 pages, the job is finished Monday. Next, when we come to the part of Tuesday, we can ask the child to write 3 extracts from prose and 1 from poetry. So when they go for the prose, usually they will get at least 6 marks if they identify who is the speaker and listener. And from poetry also they will get 2 marks. So when the sir was telling, and I want to add one more point here, we can ask the students to take certain characters in that particular lesson. And for example, Columbus, if we take in the lesson discovery, see, discovery is the biggest lesson. It is more than 13 pages as I observed. See, we can ask the learner write the dialogues of Columbus in separate sheet. Write the dialogues of different characters. They are there in particular lesson. If you go for Gentleman of Media or any other chapter, so if they write that, we can ask to whom it is said to, then it will be easy for them to make it out. Then when we go for Wednesday, we can ask the child to write 1 essay writing and converting 1 profile into paragraph, 1 letter writing, that we can ask the child. See, if we write 2 pages every Wednesday, it's good. Next, when we come to the part of Thursday, one picture reading, story development, as well as one unseen passage. If they go for that, definitely they will get the good marks. Next, when we come to the Friday, then at that time, 2 marks questions from prose as well as poetry as well as supplementary we can ask. So 40 marks can be covered here. Next, on Saturday, long answers questions from as well as prose and poetry we can be right. See, the Sunday or the whole day they will be having time. They can ask the students to solve the questions from question number 1 to 16 as well as in a different model. They can take the different model question papers and they can solve those things. This is one thing. One more thing, what I feel. See, till now you have listened the this one last sheet, last analysis, student analysis.
What sheet?
Last one sheet analysis is this. See here. Till now, you have listened to the whole class, but I request you to be very cautious. Now, I am going to give a new concept for you. Please be careful, listen this concept very carefully because this is the area where you can identify the learners, where they are lagging behind. So this is this analysis. Yes. See, this is the analysis. Okay. I hope this is the first time it has been done. See, learners self-analysis sheet, I have done it. See, you give this printout to the every child of your class because unless we identify the drawback, means where the child is lagging behind, we cannot rectify his mistake. So I have taken totally there are 38 questions are there from different topics. So if we give this particular sheet for the child, at that time we can say totally 38 questions from different areas. Here I have made a name of the students and this sheet has to be given to the particular student only and we should ask the students to cover these aspects. See, first I have made the column serial number of questions. Next, prose, poetry. Next, areas means topic which areas they have been covered. Next, I have made the 3 categories here. First thing you can observe the main problem what we have, child will not understand the question and he will try to write the answer. That's why I have made I can understand this question. If it is okay, the child we should ask the child to put the right mark there. First thing, if the child understands the question, it's good. You can see there are totally 38 areas in which the child is able to understand or not. This is the first case what I have asked you to do it. If child understand all 38 questions means the child should put 38 right marks there, right mark. Then the second concept what I have observed here, you can observe, I can understand the question but not perfect to answer the question. Means I can attend the answer, attend the question, but not perfectly. If the child is in that particular position, let him let him strike a right mark in the second column. So like that, so all 38 areas can be covered in that. So the last area is I can answer any type of questions. See, this is the area where we have to cover. See, if the child is able to answer any type of question tag, he will put right mark in that particular column. So we will get 1, 2, 3 totally. We get 3 right marks. In remarks, when we observe, we get 3 right marks here. So in the same case, if we go for language function, if the child can understand, he can attend and he can attend any type of question, he should get 3 marks. Wherever the child is lagging, when we go for article, when we go for preposition, see, whenever we ask the question, the children will say, sir, grammar is difficult, or poetry, too, extracts are difficult. Like that they will be telling, but they will not particularly tell in which area they feel difficulty. So if this self-analysis list can be done, it would be easy for us to identify the problem of the child, and we can emphasize, we can make the learner to concentrate on that particular area, and we can make the good result. See, if we just, when we go for when we go for the last section, you see different areas I have taken by editing, as well as 2 marks questions, like the different areas that have been covered there. So finally, if we get all 38 questions, if we get 3 right marks, then the child is able to attend any type of questions. Like that, we will get the confidence. So I request you all to take this printout and you ask your learner to first fulfill it, and you take this challenge as at the end of the February, you should get all questions, you should get 3 right marks. If we get that success, definitely I am damn sure our children will get minimum 60 to 80 marks if they do perfect work, self-analysis. We are not asking our analysis, we are asking the children own analysis to do the own analysis and find their result. That's what I request you to take this aspect. So with this, I would like to conclude my allotted concept, and I thank all the higher officials of the workrise for giving this wonderful opportunities. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajshekar sir, for presenting the concept on comprehension and the composition. And of course, the last checklist that you have presented, so it is very useful, so that we can implement in all our schools, so that we can assess each child's performance and of course each child's progress day by day, and we can also make sure that the child is learning in an appropriate way. So I thank all the 3 resource persons for covering almost all the content belongs to the prose, poetry, as well as the grammar and composition. So I request the teachers, if you have any queries or doubts regarding what and all the things the MRP is presented, so you can just discuss with them for about 5 to 10 minutes, so that our MRPs will respond to you. So if you can just raise your hand so that we can unmute you and you can ask your query. Or even you can put the message in the Dropbox,
Okay,
so that we will present it.
I am observing many people are asking self-analysis checklist. It will be sent to the English group in the WhatsApp, like that. Okay, sir. Is it useful, sir? Self-analysis list checklist. Okay, any other questions you can ask? Yasin sir is there, ma'am is there. Yes, sir. Sir, Chiru, unmute, sir. Unmute the Chiru. Chiru, unmute it, sir.
Chiru, matadi.
Chiru, matadi.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir. Please.
Yes, sir. The analysis sheet is very good, sir. And what the meeting started from this meeting is very guiding us, sir. It's very useful.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Please, some people are not having in group WhatsApp group, sir.
Okay.
So can we
So,
please pass
to the school mail only it will be sent, right, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, it's
The
better
school
to
mails we will
school
send
mail,
it.
sir.
Okay. For all
Then
school
we
will
will,
get that one.
check
Okay.
my principal, then we will get it, sir.
Sure. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
Right, sir. Thank you. Then any others?
Okay, in meantime, so you have been shared the micro planning and the macro planning. So you're all aware of the concepts. So each teacher has to prepare a micro planning in his own school, concern his particular subject. And of course, the format is shared in the group also, and even from the CRIS, it is sent through the mail. So I request all the teachers to have it in your school.
Amit,
And kindly update it regularly, because cycle 1, cycle 2,
Amit,
cycle 3,
Amit, sir.
all the threes are given there, right? So update as soon as you finish your cycle 1, cycle 2, and cycle 3 assessments. Along with that, yesterday the CRIS head office has mailed certain study materials related to all the 6 subjects. So it includes confidence enhancer for the slow achievers, where a student can get minimum of 60 marks, because our AD sir's intention, getting 60 marks is a passing score in our CRIS schools. So that is confidence enhancer. And we have toppers module also, where difficult kinds of questions are being given, and the difficult grammar topics are also mentioned there along with the answer part. So 4 hot model question papers are shared. As per my knowledge, so these hot model question papers are a bit difficult, so that you can use them for the average and above average students. Along with that, four quiz question papers are also shared there, which includes both pro text part as well as grammar and composition part. And even 4 open book exam question papers also shared. So you can just get it with your principal. It has been mailed to your school yesterday itself. I request all the teachers to make use of these study materials, and it need not to give to every student. So which, for example, confidence enhancer. So if you feel that it is useful for the slow achievers, you can just select the slow achievers and give them the copy, each one copy, okay? And model question papers and so on, okay? So that's what I wanted to mention about the study materials given there. Okay, another Amit Kumar, please, sir.
Amit, you can unmute.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste.
Sir, this is Amit from Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Residential School, BD, and I have a doubt that Madam has said either framing question will be asked or infinitive. So that is the confusion, sir.
See, usually, please.
So 16 questions will be there from grammar section, sir, plus
Yeah.
17th one, that is editing. So if every, I have given the list of essential topics. If every topic is covered, then we will have a 70 number of questions. So 16 should be covered. So either infinitives or framing questions will be asked. Other topics are compulsory, as we have seen in recent 2 model question papers. In one question paper, infinitive is asked. In another question paper, framing question is asked. Other questions are there? No, they are there in both the question papers. So there will be a chance of asking, but both are easy. We can teach the students.
Because in grammar aspect, there will be around 20 aspects will be there. There may be some chances of making alteration.
Yes.
Okay, so 50-50 like that it may be.
Okay, I would like to add certain more things to this one, for this one. So as per the model papers released by the KSEAB, so which are the questions that have got alternated? If you have a look at that one. So active, passive voice and infinity. So these are the 2 questions got alternate. In one paper we have active, passive voice in the MCQ part. In the another paper we have 2 plus infinitive part, okay? And it does not mean that either active, passive voice or the infinitive part is asked. As you are aware of, nearly 22 concepts, grammar concepts can be asked for the 16 questions, okay? All the 22 concepts to be taught to the students, and they must be aware of that. So we may get the chance. And as earlier I told, that don't completely rely on the model papers. There might be a changes in the upcoming on it. Anyhow, let us wait for the state level preparatory examination. So we will get one complete clarity over the question paper. Anyhow, so don't blindly believe that model paper what we got, it is the finalized one. Wait till the state level question paper.
Any others? Sir, shall we finish?
Yes.
Sir,
There another very clear.
okay. Sir, will finish the address. Okay. Santosh,
Okay. I think there are no more queries. So if any
Sir,
queries
wait.
related to any of the topics that are discussed today, so you may just
Sir,
put on.
wait.
Yes, sir.
Belchetti sir will address.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks. Good afternoon. Thanks to all for hearing the very important things to prepare for the forthcoming examination. So already our executive director sir communicated micro level plan. I think it will help to all to prepare and execute properly. And also we have interacted with the state level resource person provided by KSEAB. In 3 days workshop, our MRPs discussed with concerned persons, those who are involved in question paper setting or training process for the education department. So I think it is a very good session. Thanks to Santosh, who is leading the team, and Rajshekhar sir, Juveria ma'am, and Yashin Sharif. So on behalf of MRPs, they have discussed with you about pattern and important that low achievers package, toppers package, and also how to conduct a quiz quiz competition or a quiz test and open book exam. All these things we have shared yesterday. Thanks to all. So English is the scoring subject because we are running English medium schools. So that English is the scoring subject. The department expected 100% result in English and also 90% average score. So for that, so it is a small effort to interact with you. Thanks to all teachers. One more, you are conducting a JEL program in a very good manner. So to build the competency among English communication skills. It is a very good program. So we are receiving so many good practices. I think it is a help for further course of education for the student of 6th and 7th standard. So thanks to all. Please adopt, it is a part of macro plan. There are two things in macro plan. One is discussing with interaction with teachers from MRPs or state level resource person. Already we have conducted. And one more with the students, another is there. KACAB resource person will interact with the students along with concerned along with you English teachers in next week. Maybe next we are going to fix the timetable. So for that, they are going to solve the question paper in the context of forthcoming examination. Thanks to all. Thanks all again, once again, Santosh and Rajshekhar sir and Juveria, Yashin Sharif sir. Those who are very, actually, we are happy and proud to prepare them as a resource persons. Okay, thanks to all. Namaskaram. Thanks to ED sir also, I have informed him that he told me to conclude the session, and he and our JD, Joint Director sir, and Shruti madam and other officers of CRISE and all teachers. We are expecting actually result of 2021. Actually very good result we got during that. So this year we are expecting 100% result, and also average score may be to reach at least 85 to 90%. Thanks to all. Already we have shared the circular about student-specific strategies, subject-specific strategies, and school-specific strategies, and we have gave clear instructions. Please follow it up and adopt your own method and your own strategies according to your context and students' efficiency. Thanks to all once again. Thanks to Umesh and others also.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.